Good day, ladies and gents. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things. And first of all, this is what BSG posted yesterday. They posted some details about the next upcoming wipe. So the next wipe is going to be a hardcore wipe, extra challenging wipe, as BSG say. And to begin with, they are telling us that first of all, Flea Market will be disabled. This wipe in particular, they disabled Flea Market for 1 month, I believe. And somehow we survived. I think the main problem in the beginning of the wipe was getting the quest keys. Majority of the people, including me, weren't able to do majority of the early tasks that required keys because it was impossible to get the keys. Usually you would get them through the flea market, or majority of the keys, I think 2/3 of the quest keys, actually have a static spawn. For example, the one on shoreline to the back door of the cottage, you just check if it's on the blue barrels or it isn't. But the spawn chance for those keys were extremely small, and it was really difficult to do those quests. So streamers would either ask their chat to help, and the same things were happening in Discord. So hopefully BSG are gonna solve this problem by either adding majority of the quest traders to the therapist, because right now if you open the game and you go to therapist, she does trade a couple of early quest keys. You can get West 221, you can get Kiba Arms, you can get RB AK, you can get Dorms 206, Tarkov Director's Key, and either BSG are gonna do this for the majority of the quest keys, or the other option what they can do, they can actually increase the spawn chance, the static spawn chance of the keys. So let's say instead of 5 to 10%, that spawn should be like 60-70. So every other raid you check, the key should be there and you'll be able to loot it and do the quest. And the next point they mentioned is the increased item requirements for the hideout zones. Long story short, what it means, whenever you go to your hideout and you want to upgrade things, funnily enough, I did talk about this thing in one of my previous videos, that this is an option what BSG could do. And whenever you upgrade things in your hideout, you need some items. For example, if I want to upgrade Bitcoin farm, I'll need 5 T-shaped plugs, 10 power supply units, etc, etc. Let's say next wipe it's gonna be 10 T-shaped plugs, 20 power supply units, etc, etc. This is what BSG meant by that. Hideout zones don't require found and raid items. That makes sense. And it's actually a buff, because people can say, oh, it makes sense because there is no flea market, right? No, because whenever you get items, they have to be found and raid for the construction of the things in the hideout, except a couple of items. So you see, for example, the wires, sorry, the power cords, they have to be found and raid because there's a check mark, and this goes for majority of the items, except I think some of the items like cameras, multi-tools, and a couple of high tier items which you can get from traders, and they don't come found and raid. So majority of items have to be found and raid. With this change, if you can put those items in your gamma container and you die with them, you will still be able to use them for the hideout upgrades. Limited hideout ammo crafts. Right now there's a lot of top tier ammo crafts, especially when you finish the quests. I think BSG will have to balance the quest, because if they remove items like M61, M85501, APM bullets from the crafts, those bullets come from quests, and either BSG will balance the quest out by other bullets that you can craft in the hideout, or completely remove them from the quests. Reduce spawn chance of rare loot. So this rose a little bit of confusion in the community. I made a post under BSG's tweet that all this is looking cool, except I'm not sure about the rare loot decrease. Even this wipe, it's kinda rare, the loot, and next wipe it won't be easy getting good keys, so it's even more difficult to get good items on top of the lower spawn chance of those items. And I think HyperRed done the same thing. He retweeted that saying it's not the best idea, and he asked for clarification. And then Applezor, he clarified, he's a community manager for BSG. Just to clarify a little, it will not affect whole loot, but rather how good weapon mods, ammo, and other stuff was easily available. Also not to be as excessive as current marked rooms, finding Ledex should be something really worth the raid. So, long story short, I think it's more related to higher tier mods, ammo, not necessarily items like, I don't know, golden roosters, clocks. Those will be considered like mid to high tier, I guess, so those items will have the same spawn chance, and items like Ledexes, keychains, documents cases, I don't know, Willer's wallet, those items are going to be way more rare. And that's not it. If you can look right here, there is 3 dots and 1 skull. So somebody made a really funny comment, made me laugh out loud. Somebody on my Twitter said that possibly this is the difficulty of the wipe that you can choose in between. Like, this is the easiest difficulty, this is medium, this is the most hardcore, and you will be able to choose the difficulty. It's not. It basically means that BSG will provide us with 2 more posts regarding hardcore, wipe, and how it's gonna work out. I did ask Dan in DMs regarding those three points, the skull, and he said yes. It basically means that there is 2 more posts regarding how the hardcore wipe is gonna work are coming out. And the last thing I want to talk about today is Raf, because Raf is a really interesting trader. He's OP even this wipe. If you do max out Raf, however, that takes around 2-3 weeks of playing Arena, because if you do every single quest for Raf in existence, you get to like 0.6 reputation, and you need 1.2, I think, for max level. And you can get bullets like M61s, you can get BT bullets, you can get SP6, you can get grenade launchers, you can get ASVAL, and all of this is for farmable currency from Arena, aka GP coins. And this is a real question. Will BSG keep Ref here because if they make the next wipe hardcore, all of those items are way too OP, and people will grind Arena, and people will be able to buy those items pretty easily. And if BSG do nerf Ref, or they de-enable him, like they get rid of him for the next wipe, this is gonna hurt Arena drastically, because the reason that many people playing Arena and grinding GP coins for Raf, for Tarkov, transferring those GP coins from Arena to Tarkov and buying the best gear you want to play with, is one of the things people do. It's one of the things that encourages people to keep on playing Arena, so the servers are not to that. So if BG get rid of the Raf, I don't really see how Arena is gonna work out next wipe. So it's a big question. I think they might nerf him, but I think he's still going to be OP next wipe compared to the rest of the traders. That's my bet. Raf is still going to be the best trader. Yeah. I think this concludes this video. Give it a thumbs up. Sub to the channel if you still haven't. Check me out on Twitch where I stream daily. We are working on the All on Red achievement, the most expensive achievement in the game. I just need to kill a couple of raiders, and survive a couple of lab raids. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.